Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. Today we are doing another pregnancy update and we are rounding out second trimester, which is crazy. First trimester took forever. Second trimester flew by, and because I'm a little late in filming this, third trimester is already well on its way and going by even faster. So today we're gonna focus on weeks 26 through 28. And then my next video will be talking all things third trimester. So week 26, according to my app, baby is the size of an acorn squash. So 14 inches long and about 2 pounds. And weight gain. So from the previous week, I mentioned in the last video, week 24 to 25, I jumped up, actually 23 to 24 and 24 to 25, I jumped up 2 pounds each week. That continued week 26. This was a big growth period for me, and I assume for baby as well. So I gained another 2 pounds in week 26. So my belly was feeling really stretched. I was feeling very uncomfortable. Whenever people asked how I was doing, I was like, I don't understand how my stomach is gonna keep stretching. I feel like it can't stretch anymore. And so I don't know how, but it has continued to grow. And it's gotten a little more comfortable as the weeks have gone on. But right around this time frame, the 25, 26 week mark, I was just like, this hurts. There's no more room. How will she continue growing? But you know, that's what the body's made for, and that's what it does. This was kind of a crazy week for me. I was not sleeping well. And it wasn't from being uncomfortable, really. It was because I kept having these weird stress dreams. And I am not someone who has been stressed during pregnancy. I've been really at peace because, you know, it took us so long. We're just so excited. But for whatever reason, I had the weirdest stress dreams during this week. I had a lot of movement this week. And at first I was like, oh, that must just be where we're at in pregnancy. There's a lot more moving on going around. But then I noticed the next week there wasn't as much movement. And so I talked to my cousin who's a nurse, and she was like, well, think about your diet. Was there anything you were doing differently? And week 26 happened to be the week after Thanksgiving. And I made one of my mom's homemade apple pies for Thanksgiving, brought home the leftovers. And so for breakfast that week, I was starting my day with homemade apple pie, which has a lot of sugar. So I think I was just giving a little girl a sugar high the whole time, and that's probably why she was moving so much. I did notice though this week I was able to see the movements externally. So if I was looking down at my stomach at the right time, I could actually see the movement on the outside, which was really, really cool. So week 27, baby is the size of a cabbage, 14.5 inches and 2 pounds. So week 27, the weight gain slowed down just a tad. I gained 1 pound this week, and so that makes a grand total of about 16 pounds. Yeah, 16 pounds so far in pregnancy by week 27. We had narrowed down to a top 7 names for baby girl. We had previously had a top 10, made a top 7, and I wrote them all out pretty on a piece of stationery, and we put them on the fridge upstairs so we could kind of look at them, think about them, and get narrowing down even further because we want to take 2 or 3 names to the hospital with us. So one new symptom that's not quite as glamorous, I noticed more tummy hair. So it's kind of along the linea nigra, it just along with the darker line, there's just more hair. So that was happening. This week is when I started to notice that baby girl is really favoring the right hand side of my belly. She will fully throw her body onto this side, and I can even tell from the outside there's nothing over here. The whole body is curled up over here. And then sometimes she'll even kick as if to try and create more space this direction. And I'm like, girlfriend, you have this entire other side, use it. But anyways, that's something that she had started doing in week 27. Heartburn and acid reflux again. Still not bad, just a couple times a week, but definitely noticed that there was a few nights where I'd lay down and I'd have to take a like a Tums before I laid down for the night. The afternoon sleepies came back, which is something that I mentioned in first trimester. Regardless of how I sleep the night before, right around 2 or 3 in the afternoon, I start getting really tired and I start feeling like I could go for a nap, which is definitely a pregnancy thing for me because I hate naps in real life. I never take them, but I start feeling like I want to take one. The other new thing in week 27, I believe she was head up at this time because she was doing this thing where it was like she was ramming her foot into my bladder or my cervix. So that was not great. I mean, when she was hitting my cervix, I more just got nervous of like, hey, like that's a door that does not need to open yet, like leave that alone. But then when she'd kick my bladder, I was genuinely concerned I was gonna like wet my pants sitting on the couch because it was just like so abrupt. And yeah, so that's a fun new thing she's been trying. Week 28, I actually didn't gain any weight this week. So I had been gaining like 2 pounds, I think 3 weeks in a row, and then 1 pound. And then in week 28, I gained, it said on the scale like 0.03 pounds. I'm just gonna count that as I didn't gain any weight that week, but grand total so far for the pregnancy in week 28, I've gained about 16 pounds. So like I said earlier in the video, I had a couple weeks where I was feeling like I just couldn't stretch anymore. I had run out of room. And then in week 28, rib pain hit, which I had not had yet. And I think what was happening there, I think my ribs were starting to like spread out a little bit more and open up and allow her more room to just continue to grow. Because since week 28, I have not felt like I was out of room. I didn't feel overly stressed. I mean, I feel big, but I feel like that whatever was happening with my ribs, expanding, stretching, moving, whatever, helped. And so that's gotten a little more comfortable since that week. I did start having trouble falling asleep because baby girl would go to party town as soon as I laid down. So I would like lay down and she would just start to like kick and turn and flip, which is so fun. I love feeling all of those things, and I love that I got to start feeling them so early so I can kind of see like all her changes. But yeah, she was definitely keeping me up at night a little bit. And I had a doctor's appointment this week. So this was a big week for me. I did the glucose test. I believe I have a video of that. Just finished it, less than 5 minutes. Definitely recommend the lemon lime flavor. It does taste like a flat Sprite. Only thing is now I'm feeling the heartburn. So from watching other people's videos here on YouTube, I was told to get the lemon lime drink if you can request one. My doctors thankfully asked me what my preference would be, and so I asked for the lemon lime, and it really does taste like a Sprite, like a flat Sprite. And so it was pretty easy for me to drink for the most part. I like chugged down the first half because if you know me, I'm a super slow eater and drinker. So I was really nervous that you have to drink the whole thing in 5 minutes or less. And so I was like chugging. And I like got halfway down in like 30 seconds. And I was like, whoa, okay, you still have 4.5 minutes. Like, let's relax. And then I noticed like my throat was kind of burning a little bit, which is funny because I actually have, with that What to Expect app, there's a community page. And so we were all talking about how our glucose test went. And another girl who got the lemon lime mentioned it like made her throat burn. And so I don't know, maybe that was just like a fluke thing that it happened to both of us when we both had lemon lime. If you get the lemon lime and that happened to you too, let me know in the comments down below. But yeah, it kind of felt like my throat was burning. And so then the next half of the bottle, I took it a little bit slower, but I was able to get done pretty easily within the 5 minutes. So if you're someone who's nervous about having to finish that in a short amount of time, don't worry, you'll be totally fine. And it really didn't taste that terrible. So I did that. I passed my glucose test. Hallelujah. So excited. And I also, at this appointment, had 2 shots that I had to get. So I had to get the Tdap shot, which is tetanus, diphtheria, pertussis. I think it's just those 3. So you just want to get it around like 28 to 30 weeks in pregnancy, because then the baby's able to absorb it as well, because I don't think they can get the shot out of the womb until like 6 months or something like that. So you want to make sure that they're prepared and you're prepared. So I got that shot, and then I also got the RhoGAM shot, which I'm not going to try and explain that one, but it is something about Jordan and I having different blood types, and so we don't know what blood type baby girl is going to have. It's something to that effect. I'm not a doctor, but anyway, so I needed to get both the RhoGAM and the Tdap shots. So I did that. And so I kind of felt like a pincushion that day, because with the glucose test, of course, then they have to draw blood. So I got like Tdap in this arm, blood taken from this arm, RhoGAM in this hip. And so I thought I was like doing a good job alternating things, but then I realized I got both shots in the same side of my body. So it kind of felt like I had just been hit on this side. But all in all, it really wasn't bad. I know some people mentioned with the Tdap, like their arm getting sore. I honestly didn't notice that much. I noticed it way worse with the flu shot, honestly. So I didn't think it was too bad at all. But that was it. It was a pretty long appointment for me that day, just doing all 3 of those things, but it was nice to get it all out of the way. One other thing that came up during week 28 was childcare. So this is a huge thing that I know a lot of moms have to kind of worry about and figure out when they're preparing for baby number 1. And so I work from home full time. I just go into the office like when there's a big meeting, if I need to grab samples or anything like that. I work for a footwear company. And so I live like 15 minutes from the office, but I really don't ever have to go in. Well, I had a meeting during week 28, and they were like, hey, let's have everyone come into the office for the meeting, like kind of an end of the year thing. And I was like, sure, sounds great. So I went in, and it was a great meeting, but in that meeting, they decided, you know, for 2022, we really want to like enhance our communication as a team. Let's have everyone come into the office on Mondays. Like everyone will do a full day in the office on Mondays. That's when we'll schedule our meetings. We'll get to see each other on a weekly basis. And then we can like work from home Tuesday through Friday. And so still great. Like I love the flexibility. I love getting to work from home 4 out of the 5 days of the week. But I wasn't really planning on having to go to the office for an 8-hour stretch at all, like for the first little while when I get back from maternity leave. So that was like, okay, I guess I need to figure out childcare, because previously I had thought, well, like if I have a big meeting or something that I need additional help, I can always go to my aunt's house. She lives about like 30 to 45 minutes away. So I can just like drive up there, and then when I'm in meetings or whatever, like she'll take the baby when like I need to be able to focus, and if she cries or needs anything, that my aunt can kind of help out. And then on the other days when it's just me working on projects at home, then I could kind of manage both until she becomes mobile. So that was my original plan. Well, of course, with an 8-hour day, I was like, man, that like an 8-hour day every single week, that feels like a big ask for a family member, even though I'm sure she would probably do it. But I was like, I want to figure out something. And so I was a little bit stressed this week, to be honest, because I started looking into it. And as I'm sure many of you know, with a lot of childcare providers, they require, especially for infants, that you do 5 days a week. Like you don't have to use them 5 days a week, but you have to pay them 5 days a week. And I was like, no, there's no way I'm paying you for 5 days when you're only doing 1. That is stupid. But luckily, a friend came through. I'm keeping my fingers crossed because it's not a done deal yet. But one of my friends here has a 1-year-old, and they have a childcare provider who only works with a small amount of kids at a time, and it is only internal referral. She does like no advertising, no nothing. And so my friend is going to talk to her when they get back from holiday break, because I'm filming this around New Year's. So when they go back to daycare or like preschool, whatever you want to call it, after holiday break, she's going to talk to her and see if there's any openings within like the next 6 months, and then refer me there. So that would be amazing, because she allows 3 days a week, and actually her pricing for 3 days a week is less than what I would pay a nanny for 1 day a week. So that's kind of where we're at. I think we've got our childcare, like I said, not fully set in stone, but we've got some solid ideas. And then of course, if needed, we have some family members. Some of the ladies from church have offered to help, so I know we'll be set there. It's just getting it all figured out. So those are the main updates for weeks 26 through 28 of my pregnancy. We are officially out of second trimester, which is crazy. We're in third trimester in the final stretch. If you found this video because you are in weeks 26 through 28 of your pregnancy, please comment down below and let me know. Have you been having the same symptoms? Have you been having different symptoms? I'm super curious, and I hope you guys are enjoying this series. I hope you'll stick around to continue checking in as we go along. I am now well into my third trimester. I need to get it caught up on these pregnancy updates, so I'm probably going to film another one in the next couple days to kind of recap. And then I have more videos scheduled that I'm so excited about. We have done a lot of work on the nursery. So nursery reveal, kind of behind the scenes of putting it all together, is coming soon, as well as hospital versus birth center, how I made my decision on where to deliver, and how to prepare for baby on a budget, because I have been doing a lot of just like thrifting and talking to mom friends, finding out what things are must, what things are just like overhyped, and trying to really be wise with our money during this time, because we are also saving up for a house. So we're trying to do all the baby stuff a little more cost effective now, so that we can get baby a house, because I think she would appreciate that. So thank you so much for coming along with me. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to this channel so you don't miss any other videos that I have upcoming. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.